Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostles. And salutations to your brothers doing this thing with sincerity, with truth, and with charity. Hey, man, this is that season, man. We're going to go in on Esau, man. You know, another episode of Spirit Like the Wind, episode 30. And that's the spirit is on right now. Esau, man. Then we get 2 Thessalonians 2. And you thought you was already flipping, you do what you got first.
This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rent and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. You know, and I read that because the brother said this is the season, man. This is the time. You know, there's a time and season to everything. And guess what? It's balanced within all that I just read, man. There's a time to born and a time to die. What? Because Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. It's time for Jacob to be born and Esau to die, man. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. A time to plant. What are we planting? Righteousness, man. And a time to pluck up that which is planted. What was already planted? The seed of wickedness, man. And it's time to pluck that shit up, man. And who planted that wickedness? Esau, Edom, man.
That's right. If I may say, since it's time for everything, this is Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. And you have been put to sleep by the lies, by the philosophies, by the wickedness of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right? So if it's high time to awake out of sleep, who's going to awake you? All right? The men of the Lord, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. The watchmen are going to warn you of how you fell asleep and who put you to sleep. All right? So it must be brought out about your enemy and to never trust thine enemy. All right? Because if we don't warn you about your enemy or warn you that you even have an enemy, all right, then you would remain asleep. Because with knowing the time and knowing that it's a high time to wake out of sleep, it says, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. So we're talking about salvation ultimately. So if you remain asleep, you don't have salvation. So if we don't talk about Esau, Edom, who is our enemy, and the crafty devices and schemes and philosophies and wickedness that he's been lured you to sleep by, then you get no salvation, man. So, like the brother just brought out, it's time and a season for everything. All right? We are in the time to expose our enemies and expose the lies that have lured us to sleep, man. It's high time because our salvation is nearer than we believe. Go ahead. You got something?
You got something,
This is Jeremiah 1 and 10. It says, see, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. You know? So it says that the Lord said, because he's talking to Jeremiah, it was a prophet. So therefore today, man, it represents all of us brothers who in the know, man. So the Lord set us up over the nations and over the kingdoms to do what? To root out, to pull down, to destroy, and to throw down what, man?
Right.
The bullshit that was built up, man. All the lies and everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? The false doctrines and everything that's out here, man.
That's right.
You know, the scripture says that the light makes manifest to everything, man. So all darkness is going to be corrected through the light, man.
Mm.
And it says to build and to plant. What are we building and planting, man? Seeds of righteousness, man. We building the tabernacle of David, you know. And it can't be accomplished until when, man? Until this devil goes down, man.
In 2 Thessalonians 2:3, to let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Right. It shall be revealed. All right? It shall be revealed. So if something is revealed, you know, it's spoken about. All right? So if something is revealed, that you know, you have the revelation, you know what I'm saying, the revealing, the letting it be known, the breakdown, you know, give you the understanding. All right? So right now it's being revealed. You have to speak about that. And it's high time. Go ahead, Al.
It says, who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he is as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
So if I walk up to an IUIC camp not knowing nothing, and I came across this scripture, not a whole camp will get shut down because they can't edify me on this scripture. Who is this guy that set himself up as God, man? Who is that man? Job 9 and 24.
This is Job chapter
See,
9.
that's the spirit, brother.
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
If not, where and who is he, man? He covered the faces of the judges. Who did that?
The Sistine Chapel. We got white God with his finger touching naked Adam, another Edomite. All right? That's the mystery of iniquity, man.
Yep.
Who is the devil, okay? Who is the son of perdition? All right? It's a man. If it was just a red Satan, it wouldn't be a mystery. Wait to be revealed at the end. So you guys had it wrong all along. I said he covered the faces of the judges thereof. All right, the first Maccabees,
I'm sorry, because it says at the top of 2 Thessalonians 2 and 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua. By the coming of our Lord Yahushua. Ain't that what we waiting on?
that's right.
It says that day cannot come unless Esau is revealed. If we cannot talk and reveal our enemy Esau and his wickedness, then the day of Yahushua cannot come. They don't want the day of Yahushua to come. That is complete and total madness. I'm going to read it again. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the...
The beseech means to beg, man.
Yes.
So we begging for the coming of our Lord, man.
That's right. By the coming of our Lord Yahushua, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of Yahushua is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So if we don't reveal him, if we don't talk about him, if we don't expose him, if we don't warn the people, all right, about him, then the day of Yahweh Shai and us gathering unto him will not come. So we must needs reveal him. We must needs expose him and speak on it. Go ahead.
This is First Maccabees 3 and 48. And laid open the book of the law wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. And who captivity were we in at this point in time? We were under the Greeks. Alright? They was already whitewashing things back then. That's Job 9:24. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where who is he? Sitting in the temple of the Most High, making himself as God, Treasury Borgia. Okay? And then he even has a God complex. He plays God across the world, man. Trying to control the nations. The Lord is called the army of hosts. He's over the nations, man. Esau has went and made himself as God, man.
Yep.
That's a so-called white man. If not, where who is he? Hey, but hey, guess what? The Lord got a ton of scriptures to go into it, so we're gonna go into them. You go back to Thessalonians.
Yeah.
We must get something. Got some else to read.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. Okay. 2 Thessalonians 2, and I'll read 3 again. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
And Paul said, he wrote, he said, all things will be done to edification. So he just said, I told you these things when I was with you, and he's writing about it now. Mm-hmm. So it's very edifying to go in and expose this devil.
That's right.
Which is Esau, Edom, the Caucasians, man.
Yep. It's
not some, well, he is a red guy, but it's not some red guy in fucking hell, all right, with a pitchfork, man. It's these red people, man. These red dogs, Esau.
Okay. Verse 6. It says, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time.
Right, revealed in his time. And that's now, man. The brother Matthias read Ecclesiastes 3. There's a time for everything. Now's the time to reveal Esau, because what? We're in the end.
That's right.
And that's really, that simplifies it, man. Esau was the end of the world. Jacob was the beginning of that which followed. The mystery of iniquity doth already work. Behold, the mystery of Babylon, man, which is Esau Edom. The daughter of Babylon, Esau Edom, that said, race it. It's really that simple. Esau Edom is the so-called white man, is the son of perdition. But the Lord, got plenty of scriptures, so we're going to go into them, man.
Verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
So who was ruling back then?
The Romans.
So that's the mystery of iniquity working, man.
Yep, the Romans, Esau, Edom. All right. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
There you go, man. So it wasn't time for Esau to go down and be exposed. Now was that time. All right? He had to become impoverished and then build back up. So the Lord can throw it down, as it says in Malachi. All right? So, Revelation 20. You got something?
I got the Malachi.
Well, we get it. Yep.
Get it now? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Malachi, I'm going to start at 2. Malachi 1 and 2. I have loved you, saith Yahweh, yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste For the dragons of the wilderness?
Right, so keep that in mind, man. For the dragons of the wilderness. That's his heritage. That's who he is, man. He's that dragon. In fact, I'm going to back up real quick. This is Job 30 and 29. I am a brother to dragons and a companion to owls. So who was our twin brother? Esau, man. He's that dragon. Alright? That old serpent, the devil, like it says in Revelation 12.
This is verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever.
Right, so it said they will return, man. So they had a kingdom, lost it, came and built it back up, man. When did this happen? Rome. Yeah, you getting it. And it said they are the wicked, man, the people whom the Lord have indignation against forever. All right, just as in Isaiah, I think, what is it, 24? He's called the people of the Lord's curse. 34.
What did I say? 34, yeah. Revelation 13 and 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy, which that's the EU-NATO Edomite system, man. This Roman system coming back again, you know. It says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, because that was their start in Greece. And his feet, whereas the feet of a bear, and that's going to be their end, Russia. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion, you know, because they get their orders from what, man? From that bitch over there in England, man. It says, and the dragon gave him his power. And when I mean that bitch, I meant the queen, but I mean them fucking Rothschilds, man. Because they stationed out in London. It says, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And that deadly wound that they received, man, was when the Romans were taken down.
Read that part over again, that last part.
Okay. It says, and I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
So he get his power from the dragon.
Oh, okay, fine. It says, the last part of verse 2, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
Kind. This is Revelation 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, and she being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. Alright? And this dragon, when they came against Mary, who was that? The Roman Empire. So who was this dragon? The Romans, man. So they got that deadly wound, they fell off, and now he's back. Set up their system all over again, like the brother mentioned, EU and NATO. It hasn't changed, man. So they got taken down. You know, they had power, got taken down, was impoverished. Said they was gonna come back and build again. Yep. That's exactly what happened, man. Because after the Roman Empire, what happened? Esau went to the Caucasus Mountains. All right, when it became the Holy Roman Empire, and then in the Dark Ages, Esau was chased to the Caucasus. Somebody get Obadiah, get that dwells in the cleft of the rocks, and then that Job 30. Impoverished, man. In fact, that's why I said, and another thing, man, just for the nome's sake, the 7 verse 7. So Timothy Severus, when he took down Rome, man, the Edomite Roman rule. It started the transition. That's why his name was Timothy Severus. The 7 years, man. That's Rome. You got Obadiah? I'm trying to find.
Obadiah 1 and 3. I'm gonna start at 2. Start at 1 kind. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Right. And Caucasian, is from the Caucasus Mountains, which means cave dwellers, man. That's they lived there. That's what they were forced and pushed to. Remember that?
A little bit. So whose habitation is high, who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
There you go. And they still build their skyscrapers up to resemble how they live. All right, you can look at Mount Petra and see how it got the same columns like the Romans had, the same columns like your buildings in D.C. Basically all your government buildings got them same columns. Just they had in those mountains, man. Those caves. It's in their blood and DNA to do that, man. That's who they are. You got the Job? Anybody got something?
Job 30. Oh yeah, I got it. From the top.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Job 30 and 1. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Right, and when it says younger than I, is those that are beneath us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what it says when Jacob and Esau was born, the elder shall serve the younger. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and the elder, being Esau, shall serve, all right,
Yep.
the younger, all right,
And that's what Job mean when he says younger than I, man. Those that are beneath me, man.
servants. Yep. It says, verse 2, yea, whereunto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
There you go. So they was chased off into the Caucasus Mountains, man.
And it said what? It said they chased after him as after a thief. This is John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. So who was the Lord talking about when he said this, man? He was talking about the prince of this world who didn't have a part in him, man. Who was he talking about when he said that? He was talking about Esau, Edom, man. It says, I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. The point is, they that thief, man. Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. He heapeth unto him everything that's not his, man. He is as death and cannot be satisfied. Who else doing that, man? Who else going around the world taking everything, man? Micah, the 2nd chapter. They cover fields and take them by violence, man. They still doing that to this day, man. What they still doing over there in the Middle East, man?
And he said the thief come still come destroy it. And that's what perdition means, man. You know? He's the son of perdition, man. The son of perdition. The son of destruction. That's his whole MO. That's his blessing. That's literally Esau's blessing.
Yeah.
The sword.
Back you up, Professor. Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Who else done this? All right, they had the miracle. It said that he had miracles to cause fire to rain down from heaven.
That's right.
Who else dropped down fucking atom bombs to get the whole world to be at peace with them and be in a league with them, basically? Esau Edom. That's why he got everybody to get on board with him finally and just fucking and submit to America because of that fear. The Lord gave him that great sword.
That's why in this Revelation 13 it says they all wandered after the beast, man. I keep reading if I may. Back in Revelation 13 verse 4 now. And they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
Who can beat him? Who can defeat America? The Americans still proudful, still
That's
think
right.
they can't be defeated, man. That's because the whole world took that stance, man. Who can beat this beast? You can't do nothing to them. Look what they did to Japan. Fucked them up, man. You know? This is the Esau Edom, man. And he has to be exposed, man. Because so these nations can turn on him. We got to put that vibration out there. So they can realize they've been in bed with the devil.
This is Psalm 17 and 13. It says, arise, O Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked. And the brother Bigak, he brought that Malachi 4, which says was a wicked, as you should call him the board of wickedness. And it says, which is thy sword. You know, and then we, to precept that, this is Genesis 27 and start at 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou for one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. You know, and that's Esau. Esau has everything now. You know, he's empowering all those lands that have, like, for example, Puerto Rico. Which that word goes to rich port, you know. So that, you know, every land with a lot of resources, the water. He's empowered that, you know, and that's the fatness of the earth. It says, verse 40, and by thy sword thou shalt thou live. And what's that? Who has the biggest armies? Every country at least has a army base in it. American army base in it. You know, and it says, and
either American or Russian, which they both Edomites, man. Right. So it's letting you know.
Okay. And hold on, real quick, because what you just said, they got bases everywhere. Hit that.
It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also, because his transgressed by wine, he is a proud man.
And what's that wine, man? All the nations drink of what, man? His wine, man. The cup of the fornication, which is this bullshit democracy, which is his way of life, man. Hey, back when Obama was in office, he went over there and visited one of them Hamite kings, you know what I'm saying? And dude was like, look, man, hey, don't bring that gay shit over here, man. Don't try to have us, we ain't with that shit, man. And that's the policy of America. You know, hey, you gotta accept homosexuality. You gotta accept women's live and all this bullshit, man. In order for America to aid you or help you, man. Yep. Hey, and that's that wine, man.
You either keep it at home, or
you either keep it at home, man. Went to conquer the world, has bases everywhere. This is Esau Edom.
Yep.
The man that came out the caves to rule. Esau Edom, man.
Yeah, if I made it real quick. Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. All right? So here it is. And then sometimes they even steal the names and call it after themselves. You know? Because they weren't the original Greeks. They weren't the original Romans. They're not Israel. All right? So they even... Guess right here. There it is.
This is Micah 2 and 10. 2 and 10. This is Micah 2. I'm going to start at 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Job 9 and 24. Earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Here it is. They took over the Greeks' heritage and said it was them. They took over the Roman heritage and said it was them. You know, they took over our heritage over there in Europe and said it was them. They took over our actual heritage and said it was them. You know, they called themselves the Israelites. They said that they was the original kings over there in Europe. It's all madness, man. Hey, when you watch their movies, they was the Chinese back during the dynasties. They was the Egyptians during when the Egyptians was ruling. They was the Babylonians. They was the Persians.
The Last Samurai.
Shit, if they make a Muhammad movie, next thing you know, Muhammad gonna be a goddamn Edomite, man.
Okay.
There was a picture floating around on social media, and it said like in the next 200 years that Tupac's court be perpetrated as a white man. Because they just take everybody else's, man. That's the thing they do, man.
Both MJs.
Shit, they already got one. Hey, but it said that Esau will get the world, gather the world by the sword. What? And you just look through history. Only what kingdoms owned ruled the world, man? This and Rome. Rome had the known world, all right, which is basically the Eastern Hemisphere at that point. But now America has gathered the entire world, man. No other nation and kingdom can say they've done that throughout history. So surely this so-called white man, these Caucasians, him and daughter of the cluster of rock, clearly it's Esau Edom, which is the son of perdition, that thief, man.
Back you up real fast, it's to land back off Yacht. When he just read that Psalms 49, their inward thought is their houses continue forever. I'm going to continue going in that Psalm 17 the brother just read, verse 14 now. It says, from men which are thy hand. Now I'm going to start at 13, I got to read it again. This is Psalm 17 and 13. It says, arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him. Cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, man. Who got their portion in this life? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that follows. Esau got the dew of heaven, man. This is his rulership. This is his time, right? It says, in whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Which goes back to their inward thoughts, man. They continue from generation to generation. There is no...
Can I land back? Here. Job 21 and 7. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power? Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes.
And who was this, man? It ain't Israelites. Here it is, we die broke. It says in the curse, in Deuteronomy, it says, curse thou be going in, and curse shall thou be going out, man. Perfect example was that Sanford and Son, Red Fox.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yep.
He had all that money, man. Hey, but guess what? He was born, as a slave, man. Israelite under the curses. Yeah, he became so-called famous, had all his money, but guess what? Esau took all that shit at the end of his life, man. And he died broke, man. So curse was he is coming in, and curse he was going out, man.
Yeah.
So this can't be talking about us.
Right. Yeah. Because in the beginning of this, verse 7, it says, wherefore do the wicked live?
God.
Okay. Verse 9, it says, their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of the Most High upon them. Their bull gendereth, and faileth not.
Right, meaning they just producing, man. They just producing. Which goes back to, I believe, it's Psalm 73, if I'm not mistaken. But it says there is no bands in their death, man.
That's right. You got that? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Psalm 73. I was really going to read a couple verses.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is Psalm 73 and 3. It says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Right, and that goes financially, but guess what that goes to also? In this bullshit ass system, man. His draconian laws. Here it is, the Edomite get popped off for rape, and his ass get a slap on the wrist, he'll get community service or probation or some shit. Jake do the same crime, and they sentence him 25 years to life, man.
All right. Jacob, shoot somebody, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he was just this evil guy, wicked. Mm-hmm. Then white people shoot up a whole goddamn school, and he had mental.
He's mentally, let's say, he had a rough upcoming, like bullshit, man.
No, actually, they had one guy, the brother give me cases where they had 2 identical cases, and they sentenced Jake to 25 years. They gave judge told the other dude, he said he was too young and
To throw
unfit.
his life away.
Yeah, to throw his life and send him to prison, man.
And they both was in college.
And both of them was in college.
I seen another one where there was a Jake that he shot the cops by accident trying to protect his family, and I forgot how long they gave him, but they compared it to that one Edomite that killed those people in a church,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a lesser sentence, you know. So it goes back to that.
Okay.
It says I'm gonna keep reading. It says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment.
Pride capacity them about as a chain, man. Who's the most prideful fucker on this planet, man? Everybody know it, man. Everybody know it. And guess what? Hey, the scripture says, as the king saw his people, as the ruler saw his subjects, man. The Americans as you are the most proudest motherfuckers ever, man. Why? Because your daddy is proud, man. This motherfucker that's running it, you know? That's why Obadiah says the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, man.
I'm gonna keep reading. It says, their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lofty. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
Hey, and that just happened, you know, earlier today. The brother was telling us about an experience, man, in the courtroom, man. That's part of that, man. They speak lawfully concerning oppression, man. Oh, well, you guys got the same opportunities as us. And no, motherfucker. Here it is, like that cartoon that Elder Malcolm always shows us about the race. The Edomites start off, boom, the gun shoot, pow. The Edomites start running. They lapping 3-4 times before the Jakes even got a chance to stop, man.
They just started letting niggas really get into real estate heavy now at the end of it. The real estate the market came, crashed, and kind of bounced back a little bit, and now let Jake get in there at the end of it.
But can't nobody afford to buy the house.
Right.
And that's the obstacles. Because in that cartoon that the Elder Malcolm always shows, man, you know, they lapped the Jakes 3-4 times. Then when the Jakes actually got the chance to start, it was obstacles in front of their way. It was ditches and shit. Police pulling them over, writing tickets and shit. Well, it's a race, man. But that was symbolic to show you everything that we got to go through, man. We under the curses, man.
It says, verse 10, therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. You know, that's basically leaving their inheritance to their children, being able to actually do that. You know, leaving them dying, and you know, leaving their kids with houses and land and you know a lot of shit.
Or even opportunity. They got all the doors of opportunity open to them, man.
Okay, like what Trump said. Oh, my father left me with a small sum of $1 million.
A small loan.
A small loan of $1 million.
Hey, but when you have everything, that's the kind of mindset you're gonna have. You know, oh, that's a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
When you're so used to prospering and having everything. Verse 11 it says, and they say, how doth Yahweh know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? You know, and that's their pride. You know, or also transhumanism. That's a way of them saying, is there knowledge in the Most High? Oh, we can make it better. You know, we just gotta switch this out for this and add this here, and you'll be all right.
GMOs, they want to clone.
Yep.
They just what you call it? Develop the lamb inside that bag, or artificial womb or whatever, man.
Okay.
Talking about people next. Gotta get the fuck out of here, man. Hey,
The head transplant is supposed to happen in September or something like that.
hey, and like the Eliaki said, man. Hey, we can't get the fuck out of here until this fucking devil exposed, man. This is 2nd Esdras 4. 2nd Esdras 4 and 29. It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good, man. The kingdom can't come until all this happened, man. And guess what? We got to go out and prophesy and tell them that it's about to happen, man.
That's right.
We got to put that vibration out there, man.
That's right.
Because the Lord always warns the people before he does anything, man.
This is the last verse. This is Psalm 73 and 12. It says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches.
Come. Yep. And who could that be, man?
Yep.
Be spiritual about it, man. Who could it be? But only if you're part of the elect are you going to be spiritual and get it.
Yeah.
All right. So back in Job 21 and 10, it says, their bull gendereth and faileth not. Their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take a timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organ. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore they say unto God, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? That's what the scriptures talk about, how the godly reasoning with themselves, but not aright, you know. And then down further in the chapter, it talks about how the Israelites are clean contrary to their ways, because our ways should be the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and the good book. All right. See, but they say that that this is the law of the land, but here it is. They do everything opposite. Everything opposite. That's why the scriptures talk about how the foundations of the earth are out of course. Everything is the total opposite of what the book says. All right. That's why in Psalms 50 and 16 talk about, hey man, well, how you gonna take my covenant in thy mouth? How you gonna put these words in your mouth, seeing that you cast it far behind you? And do the total opposite. Because you're clean contrary to the book. You're clean contrary from the righteous. All right?
Back you up.
Yeah, come.
It's Psalms 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetousness, whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And I'm going to stop right there. It just shows who else could this be, man? Who else could this be? The pride alone is letting you know who it is, man. Isaiah the 10th chapter. I gathered all the riches of the people. I did this, man. This is the pride of Esau Edom, man. The goddamn devil, man, that the Bible speak of, man. That we are commanded to prophesy against, man, as it says in Ezekiel the 35th chapter.
Yep, so that was basically it for that Job 21 point, really. So I'm going to hit back in Job 30, and I'll hit 5 again and read down until you know.
Copy.
All right, it says, they were, Job 30 and 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
All right, the Caucasus Mountains.
Among the bushes they brayed.
And that's where the cavemen come from. It says under the bushes they brayed. And see, Esau's the fucking devil, which is why he got to be exposed, man. He's lied to the world about every fucking thing, man. All right? But the cavemen don't go back to Neanderthals and all this other shit from fucking the first men on Earth. No, it goes back to they start coming out of the Caucasus Mountains, man. They were in there grunting, and that's how they were speaking with each other, man, because they're fucking base men.
Yep.
They're animals, man. They were brought low, man. Hey, they're what? In Isaiah 14, they're called the king of Babylon. And what happened with Nebuchadnezzar, man? He became a fucking animal. Because that represented Esau. He's that king, man. Then started, Nebuchadnezzar started good, got brought low as an animal, and ruled again, man.
It says, among the bushes they brayed. Under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools. Yea, children of base men.
And it's a book, it might be the 13th Tribe by Arthur Koestler, I think that's his name. But I can't remember the book, man. But the book explained that these devils, man, you know, how they was living in the caves, how they was picking lice out of their pubic hairs and eating it and shit. You know, they clothes would literally disintegrate off their body, man. They would wear their clothes until the shit was just falling apart. Animals, man. And that's the Esau, man.
Mm-hmm. It says they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
Hey, Hebrews 12 and 16, man. There's nobody more profane than Esau, man.
And now am I their song. Yea, I am their byword.
They let you go. He came out and ruled again, man. Though I'm impoverished, I shall come and build again, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So they came out the Caucasus Mountains and ruled over us. Mm-hmm. They came out the prison, all right, the pit, and ruled again. Go ahead, big up.
It's Ecclesiastes 4 and 14.
Hey, when we read that, it's important, man. When they came out, keep in mind, it said they deceived the world too, man. Which is why we got to expose them. Go ahead, big up.
It says, for out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becometh poor.
Hey, what does Proverbs tell you, man? When the wicked are authority, the people mourn. All right, just look at the condition of the people across the world now, man. Hey, what time is it, man? Bro, what time is it?
109.
Yeah, so you go on cable TV, turn to one of them weird channels like Channel 41. Right now, it's somebody asking for some money from some po-ass African, man. All right? Oh, hell, these days, probably a po-ass Elon, man. The whole fucking world is in mourning right now. All right? Because this wicked ruler, man, that came out of prison to reign. The devil, the son of perdition, Esau, Edom. You got Revelation 20?
Yes, sir. You got it, sir.
This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan.
And we read it in Revelation 12 who that dragon is. All right, it was the Roman Empire, which really is Esau, Edom. That was just the minister of iniquity at work at that time. The Romans, man. But it's Esau, Edom. That old serpent, the devil. Yes, it's a man.
And bond him 1,000 years.
All right, and the Dark Ages, what? Lasted for 1,000 years. They was in the Caucasus Mountains for that 1,000 years. That was them being bound, man, in that prison.
Verse 3.
He came out quick and got us, man. He came out and got the goddamn papacy quick as fuck, man. Which is that time, that was the real ruler, man. That's where the power was at. And from there, what happened? He came out, got the papacy. Pope Alexander VI did what? Immediately set up his son as the image of the Messiah. Just as 2 Thessalonians said, man. They opposed against everything that's called God, man. Job 9:24. He covered the face of the judges thereof, man. Immediately he did that. Immediately painted this big, it had somebody paint the damn ceiling of the damn church, man. But filled with crackers, man.
Yeah, I think it was Michelangelo. Same motherfucker.
16 jump.
Yeah.
Not 16. For the record. 16. It's a lot. Go ahead.
Verse 3. and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
Right. So that's his MO, man. He's that great deceiver. Alright? So when he got out this time around, what did he do? Went on that run and deceived.
And after that, he must be loosed a little season. Verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them.
Well, that was the point. And I basically loose for a little season.
Yep.
So he came out the caves to rule and to deceive the world again. It's that simple, man. Hey, the scriptures say none shall want her mate. So if you got a doctrine that don't line up with these that the scriptures completely support and back, you're going off.
It's Isaiah 14:5. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. So who ruled the nations in anger, man? All right, who's going around setting up bases, like your brother said, setting up bases everywhere, imposing a democracy?
Policing the earth.
Policing the earth.
Policing the earth, man. Like they even it's not. They don't hide it. And they said like, yeah, we gotta go police this and do that. This is what they do. They're the hammer of the earth, man. I know you had. That's what I said about it.
Dang.
Spirit told me, bro.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, that was it?
Go ahead, right.
This is Jeremiah 50, and I'm going to start at 22. It says, a sound of battle was in the land and of great destruction. Because that's what's happening, man. Revelations 18 and 21 says what, man? Thus with violence is this place going to go down, man. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations, man? You notice it called it the hammer of the earth. Why? Because it ruled the people continually with a sore stroke, man. He ruled in anger, man.
Right. If you didn't agree with his agenda, you better believe you got bombed. All right. Or they started setting up a coup to take down your ruler, man. They caused uprisings to get the ruler out so they can take over. They wanted oil in the Middle East. What they do? They bomb him.
Yep.
Hey, they just, even now, Syria do some shit to their own people to try to get out rebels, and the America don't like it, they go bomb it. That continual stroke, man. And you heathens want to be in league with this devil, man, y'all, because y'all get a little piece of the package, some money and shit, but they fucking y'all up. Everybody said, they marvelous at who can war with the beast.
Yep.
Hey, you got something? You got something?
Okay. This is Nahum 3 and 1. It says, woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery, the prey departeth not. Let me skip down to verse 4.
It says lies and robbery, man. That's how they get people on board with they bullshit, man. All right, with their propaganda. They paint that negative image of you, and then they have you go attack. And then soon these countries gonna realize that, man, and turn on you. They're like, shit, this is all America. They did this. They set up this bullshit so we could go and be as allies, help them out. But they was in the wrong this whole time.
Verse 2. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of...
Like they got the rebels over in Syria. They're supporting these Syrian rebels. Alright, but then they use these same rebels as a reason to go over there and fuck with Syria. Eventually, these other nations are going to turn on you for this shit. Eventually, they're going to see that you're full of shit. And it starts with doing videos like this, man. Whether they watch it or not, that spirit goes out there. And then Lord, sure enough, the Lord started revealing things, man. Because Esau, it will be exposed as the devil that he is to everybody. He's going to be made bare and naked to everybody. He's going to be found out as the liar and deceiver he is to everybody, man. Get that Isaiah 47 over, because he will be made better, man. All right, go ahead. And your own actions is gonna show it too, man. As we tell it, as the prophets are prophesying, man, your own actions is gonna show it too that you're the fucking devil.
Verse 2. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. There was a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there was none end of their corpses.
Hey, and that's what's coming, man. And that's why we ought to warn and expose this devil, man, and warn our people. That's a part of edifying the people, you dumb Haitian. Whatever you is, I don't know. I do me a Hamite, that's what you is, nigga. It's a part of edifying our people, man. Warning them that the sword is coming, man. Isaiah 65 says what, man? The ones that forsaken the Lord's word, prepare a table for that troop. What troop, man? These martial law troops that's gonna come in, man, and kick in your goddamn doors, man.
Verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that set up nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft, man. You know?
A well-favored harlot, man. Everybody loves to get in bed with America. Buying up its debt. Alright? Because they can it's an investment to them. That's all they was worried about. To hell how America views them, how they treat them, as long as they can invest in this whore and get some profit out of it. They all gave up their power, man, and joined on to the fucking American dollar. Because it seemed so mighty and so great, man. That was the biggest deceit ever. To get on to get on board with a paper currency, man. Some made up shit. Meanwhile, you putting the actual riches into that to get on board with them, man.
Debt-based.
Right. Debt-based currency, and you're forced to use, even if your own personal country dealing with another private personal country, you're forced to use a third-party country's currency. That was the biggest deceit ever. The U.S. dollar, and then buying their debt. China buys all this debt from America, then asks for some of the back, and America rips them off with the gold they gives them. This is the devil you're dealing with, man. The IMF was the biggest scam ever, man. And you guys went for it.
I got a quick piece of. This is Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
All right. And then Nahum said, man, he say he buy nations, how to word it? And then Nahum, he buy nations.
It says, he sells nations through her whoredoms.
Right, sell nations to her whoredoms, man. All right, so you got on a debt-based fucking money system, and now you're under their rulership, man. You gotta be in league with these damn devils, man, because you want to use their currency, because you want to play their game. So now you're under them. You're under their subjection. Just as the IMF told China to get their currency stronger for the next stage at the beginning of this year. The IMF told China to do it, and what did China do? They did just that, because they're serving to them. Because it ain't really just about America, man. It's Babylon was called the beauty of the Chaldees. It's about them Rothschilds, man, them rats. Because they set this shit up. America was just the face of the company, man.
Yep.
The harlot that rolled the beast. But the Chaldees, man, them rats is the actual driving force, man. And they got all you motherfuckers food.
America's they personal bodyguards, so to speak. You know, when you didn't comply, man, they sent in the hammer of the earth. You know.
Yeah, something quick. Revelations 18 and 23. It says, "And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints and of all that were slain upon the earth. All right? And so, I mean, it was nothing but deception, all right, of how you got to where you are. All right?
Hey, give it that one time, big,
From the top.
read that next one you read about the world favorite harlot. Then read that again, y'all can. I got this Isaiah 25. I've been holding it for the moment. Because now it's perfect.
Nahum 2 and 4. It's like Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that set up nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft.
The world favorite harlot, man. All right, everybody got on board because it looked nice. They showed that propaganda how great it was in America. The land of the free, the land of opportunity. You can come be rich like this. You can leave your country and be like this. So now they pumping that up. Now these other countries want to be like America. The citizens want to come move to America. And a lot of the times so they can be homosexuals and just fucking run wild. But that was all deception, man. So they can get so you can become the servant, man. Because they're the lender. So guess what? They want to put the chip out there, even these other countries. They're going to take it too. They so stuck on this damn IMF currency. Go ahead.
Okay. Revelations 18 and 23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
And that's that money. That's witchcraft, man. That shit is sorcery. Because it's debt-based, man. So be it is what it is. All right? Fiat. This is Isaiah 25 and 7. And this is why it's important to expose them. Because Jeremiah, your brother, read it. We're a prophet to the nations. So we've got to tell these nations, hey, Esau's the fucking devil, man. All right? And they going to realize they're going to, and guess what? All you that been in the boat, aim into Babylon. Then this is what's going to happen. Because they're going to turn and hate the whore. Isaiah 25 and 7. And he will destroy this mountain, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. He will swallow up death in his victory, and the Lord Yahweh will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth, for Yahweh has spoken it. So Esau has to be exposed, man. This cover has to be taken down. So Yahweh Shai can return, man, so we can get delivered.
That's it.
Because Esau has put the world in a great deception. That he's God. That nothing's going to change. He's going to be like this forever, man. But no, we show you that Yahweh Shai set all this up. It says that Babylon has been the golden cup in the Lord's hand and got the nations drunk. So now look, hey, guess what? It was all the Lord all along, man. It was never Esau. So you can go ahead and stop being scared of Esau. Point them motherfucking missiles at this bitch and get it on, man. That's what the Lord's gonna make you do. That's also what he's making you do now. That's why you have the nuclear technology now, man. So you can say you're strong too.
You get Isaiah 47. You start at 9.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment and one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments.
Let me read this real quick. This is a little article. It's called "The Evil Empire Has the World in the Death Grip." I'm gonna just read this little section real quick. In my archives, there is a column or two that introduces the reader to John Perkins' important book Confessions of the Economic Hitman. All right, and the acronym right here is EHM. And EHM is an operative who sells the leadership of a developing country on an economic plan or massive development project. The hitman convinces the country's government that borrowing large sums of money from U.S. financial institutions in order to finance the project will raise the country's living standards. The borrowers ensure that the project will increase GDP, gross domestic product, and tax revenues, and that these increases will allow the loan to be repaid, which is really stupid because if I make up some money, say I just print out some money, I'll print out $100. You say you want to borrow $100. I give you this $100. You can never, and I give it to you on interest. You can never pay that interest back because I just made this money up. So what can, say if I get, say, 10% interest, what the fuck can you get this other $10 for to give me? You can't. So all you're going to do is continue to borrow. Or you got to give me something of value. Because now what? The borrower becomes servant to the lender. An economic hitman. Prime example, Mexico, struck oil. Stuck between two burdens. What to do? Do we support ourselves with this oil? Look out for South America, Central America? No. Let's get in the bed with America. And go fucking bankrupt. Essentially, man. Now the peso ain't worth shit. Mexico was supposed to be rich. They struck oil. But the borrower becomes servant to the lender.
Can I add a quick precept?
Of course.
This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
There you go. So he just gonna turn on you, man. Because eventually they're gonna realize, oh shit, that's impossible to pay this shit back. Because it is.
So that's what the scriptures say. That's why the nations are mad. All right, because you're being made bare. You're getting revealed, not only from the men of the Lord, but what's the in Psalms how their tongue shall fall upon themselves. All right, and this all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because you motherfuckers are coming down. You're going down. You're circling the drain. All right, this is the time. It's happening. Everything that the scriptures is saying, everything that we're reading about, all right, that was written long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened and is happening. All right? Go ahead.
Oh, there's more.
There's more than
There's a little bit more. Finish out the verse. It says, because of man's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
You know what, read, go down to 15.
Come on, yeah.
Verse, go to 12.
Come on. Skip down to 12, you want me to?
You start 12 and
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity.
right, man, and that's America in a nutshell, man. You go to these little places, all right, that's holding resources. They go in there, they start coups, okay? And if you don't cooperate, they give you, they strike you with embargoes and high tariff taxes until they destabilize the economy there, and they're able to move in, man. You know, they create a problem and go in there and try to fix it, but in order for you to get them to fix it, they want 80-90% of your resources, man. Go ahead.
That's exactly what this is going into. Because the well-favored harlot, the first step is, did somebody goes to this country, tell them, you know, get on board, use a U.S. financial institute, all right? You get money from them, which you can't pay back, right? Then the next step is, you in debt, deal with IMF. We'll keep your credit score up, which credit doesn't exist, all right? But then you got to give over resources. Then you got to go into your wages. You got to tax harder. Austerity measures come in. Because they used America, the welfare harlot, to get them to take, a large loan from them, can't pay them back. Now they got to get a bill with the IMF to keep things afloat, to keep that credit score up, man. This is a fucking hell of a article, man. I can read a little more because it goes right to what you said. I'm just gonna hold that. However, the plan is designed to overestimate the benefits so that the indebted country cannot pay the principal and interest. That's impossible. As Perkins puts it, the plans are based on distorted financial analysis, inflated projections, and rigged accounting. And if the deception doesn't work, threats and bribes are used to close the deals. Because this shit is all deception, man. It's great debt. The next step in the deception is the appearance of the International Monetary Fund. The IMF tells the indebted country that the IMF will save its credit rating by lending the money. So you just borrowed money from an American institution. Now the IMF say, look, I'll loan you the money to pay them back. So you ain't got to worry about America no more. And we're going to keep your credit score good because you paid them back.
Yeah, I want for you real
Go
quick.
ahead.
It's in Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. And that's what that is, man. Deceiving ass fuckers. They commune of lame snares privily. They say, who shall see them? You know? They lay snares privily, man. That's a snare, man.
That's right.
That's good, boy.
Hey, but then, hold up. If they, you know, I got the trap right there. Damn, they didn't fall for it. Now the threats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
So that way you think for yourself, you know what I mean?
Just look at Gaddafi.
Right. Yep.
His ass dead.
Yeah. Right. Look at it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
And all these so-called villains that America label them, man. It's articles out there, man. They say Gaddafi was doing this to his people and that to his people. When you actually find out, he was bettering his people, man. He was getting rid of that bullshit, debt and dollar. He was getting rid of that shit.
He was gonna get gold.
And he was establishing the gold standard, man. You know? It was free health care for his whole state. You know what I'm saying? And the whole, you dig, man.
He was building some type of water line through the desert and shit. Bro, Gaddafi was the man for that.
And he was
It's
bettering his people, man. Or his so-called people or whatever. Hey, but if it ain't according to the devil, and if he ain't getting a piece of the pie, hey, man, that shit ain't going, man.
That's right. You're going to get threats and bribes.
Or killed. Because that's what happened to his ass.
That's right.
God. The IMF tells the indebted country that the IMF will save its credit rating by lending the money which to repay the country's creditors. The IMF loan is not a form of aid. It merely replaces the country's indebtedness to banks with indebtedness to the IMF. So IMF just buys this group's debt. They do it. I'm gonna tell you, they do that today. Say, like a house. You got a house and shit, and you owe the bank, of course, right? The bank sells the paperwork off to somebody else that just buys it. So now the bank comes after you for money, and also the people that they sold the mortgage over to, man, they coming after you for the money. They do that even on a low level, man. That's what the credit system is, man. A big ass scam. They do it to us. They do it all the way up to you other countries because you guys are idiots too. All right. So and it's illegal because just
It's double jeopardy.
yeah. Well, it's illegal because the company that back. You know what does it? I'll make it simpler for you. You ever got a ticket? If you ever got a car ticket and you don't pay it in time, you will get a letter from a collection agency. That's what that's the word I can think of.
Yep.
A collection agency. All right, so the city still wants to pay them. But there's a whole other collection agency that already paid the city coming after you for money.
And it goes up 5% every
Exactly.
month. And then
Because
after a certain...
paid the city.
Yep.
Same thing with the IMF. That's how they get you, man.
That's how I'm in the boat I'm in now with my L's. It's the same. It's that bullshit, man.
It's not a little boat.
Caught in Esau's trap, man. Hey, that's what the word system means. The word system means it's pit, man.
Yep.
God.
So when you caught in his system, you caught in his trap, man. You caught in his pit, man.
To repay the IMF, the country has to accept an austerity plan and agree to sell national assets to private investors. Austerity means cut in social pensions because they got to pay this off.
Not gonna make a point too about that what you just said, because that's what's going on here in America, but they're not publicizing it because their debt is going to China. The tolls
Yep,
The parking meters.
exactly. China and Russia own
They
Chicago.
do. Yep.
China and Russia own Chicago. And that's why it's so rough downtown. Hell, the parking meters moved from that. It used to be just downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's even over in the hood. Parking was on 47, over the 18th, Cecina. The parking meters now moving every damn well, man.
Mm-hmm.
Even in, and I say hood, I mean just regular neighborhoods, even in crackers neighborhoods, like this everywhere now, man. These speed traps, all that shit's because austerity has to happen because we in debt. The extra 7-cent tax on the bag, that's because we are in debt to these people. America's broke.
We're broke. Yeah, dude said it, man.
You're right, man.
Right.
Nigga, that was very, hell yeah, man. What you done with that one?
Yeah.
To repay the IMF, the country has to accept an austerity plan and agree to sell national assets to private investors. Austerity means cuts in social pensions, social services.
And that's what's happening.
To the teachers union, you know.
Yeah.
Cutting the funding for the schools. Trump said he gonna cut what?
Retirement money too.
Social security.
All that. That's. And in fact, what's funny is when they say when they do a temporary suspension, I forget what it's called. When they in talks about the debt ceiling, that's where they get their money from. They take it from Social Security, and how they back it up is off that same credit system. They say, well, because we got investors investing in Social Security, that once the debt ceiling is raised, assuming that it will get raised, because once it don't, now all that shit is done. Those investors out of money. Those investors are broke now. But assuming it gets raised, that's what's going to make those bank accounts Social Security stay good and the investors stay straight. It's the same thing. They even do it in America because it's a credit-based system. You got to back and read the thick clay part. Because, hey, you're not digging a pit, shall fall there in, man.
Yep.
They on this credit-based system to get to damn countries, but America's on the same system. So this place is going down. And that's weakening the EU. Some told strong, some told weak. Because he that dig at the pit, fall therein. You all got on the same dumbass credit system, and you all fuck. Because the Rothschilds got everybody. Hey, what is that, Ciroc? He that hated himself, who can't even do good to, man?
Yeah, he didn't do his evil to himself.
Right. He don't give a fuck about none of you Edomites, man. They worry about themselves. So those specific families, man, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, etc., they made sure they gathered everything for themselves. To hell with the rest of you. So they all the rest of you Edomites, man. They don't give a fuck. Okay? Austerity means cutting social pensions, social services, employment, and wages. And the budget savings are used to repay the IMF. So say you balance your books in the government and you got something left over, that shit goes straight to the IMF. Privatization means selling oil, mineral, and public infrastructure in order to repay the IMF. Bye-bye, Sears Tower. What is it now?
Willis.
Willis.
Didn't the Russians buy that?
No,
They
it
would-
was damn, I forget. I forget.
Or China.
That's what
China.
I'm thinking.
China then. Yeah, exactly. The deal usually imposes an agreement to vote with the U.S. So you have to. That's why they can decide. That's why they police the world, man. Because once you're in that debt, you are subject to the fucking lender, man. The deal usually imposes an agreement to vote with the U.S. and the UN and to accept U.S. military bases.
Hey, and there's quotes all over the internet. I forgot, it was Nathan Rothschild or one of them Rothschilds. He said, I care not. He said it twice, man. Hey, which he might be the same motherfucker coming back in the reincarnation. Motherfucker over there in England, he said, I care not who sit on the throne, but give me power over the money. I'm roughly paraphrasing his quote. And the same motherfucker said it over here. He said, I care not who was in office, you know what I'm saying, as long as I got power over the money. Because the one that's power over the money, he's the one that's actually ruling, man. And these scriptures in that article is letting you know who that is, man. Esau Edom, man. It's nobody else. Nobody else fits that bill, man. Can't nobody else wear them shoes, man. He the little bitch that ran off with the little Cinderella, the little slipper. Hey, that motherfucker fit, man. It's your ass, man.
Occasionally, a country's leader refuses the plan or the austerity and privatization If the bribes don't work, the U.S. sends in the jackals, assassins to remove the obstacles to the looting process. You got that down, right? Perkins' book caused a sensation. It showed that the United States' attitude of helpfulness toward poor countries was only a pretext for schemes to loot the countries.
Okay, he's 12:5.
8. Daniel's 8 and 25.
Okay, this is Daniel's 8 and 25. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
By peace shall destroy many, man. Hey, yeah, you can get to such a great status of the country. There got to be this low third world country. You can become great as America. You can do this, you can do that, man. Well, they schemed y'all as the whole time. They robbed y'all blind, man. They gave y'all paper and you gave them oil, man. They gave y'all paper, you gave them gold, you gave them fucking cheap labor, you gave them whatever resource you had, you gave them the power to put military bases on your land. So now you really was subject to them, man. Because you opened up your homes to them.
Sorcery.
Exactly. You became a borrower, which means you became a servant. Hey, hey, it's funny because, man, we servants, but y'all stupid. Y'all just went for it. Like, they beat our ass.
Right.
Hey, but that was all a ploy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Psalms 83. You know, hey, we cut these guys off, everything will be smooth. You ain't got to worry about these Israelites, everything cool. But come to find out, hey, the goddamn devil, man. You know? Put their ass in a trick bag, man.
All right, quick precept. This is Sirach 11 and 29. Bring not every man to thine house, but the deceitful man hath many trains. So when you let fucking America, United States, come into your country, speaking in peaceable, smooth, buttery words, man. All right, deal too good to be true, you know. Then couldn't find out that the stipulations and agreements that you can't adhere to. He gives you more more rope to hang yourself with, man. You know, you don't agree with him, you're gonna send him to jackals. We know that is SEAL Team 6, man. You gonna get SEAL Team 6 at your goddamn parliament, man. You know.
I got one to back you up. This is Revelation, back in Revelation 13. I'm gonna jump down to verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, because a lamb comes peaceably. He had 2 horns. What was those 2 horns, man? You know, the Republican and Democrats, talking about his democracy. And it says he spake as a dragon. You know, as it says in Psalms, it says that, it says that he speak, I'm butchering it again, but he speak peaceable word, but war was in his heart.
Psalms
I got it. This is Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. But war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart, man. And that's how you do it. He sent his little guys over there, little Secretary of States, and little John Kerrys and Hillary Clintons and them bullshits, man. He had a little diplomats, part of his government, part of his democracy, going over there like he a lamb, but he's speaking as a dragon, man. You know, he got the that deceivableness in his heart. He going to sell you this pipe dream, but he really just raping your ass, man.
It says, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
And look, man, his whole intention is really to bully you, man. The gangster. Because like this is scripture in Sirach talk about baby going to business with somebody who's mightier than you, man. Alright? Because if you go dealing with somebody who you know can whoop your ass, you're not gonna deal with her, man. Unless you come, hey man, I ain't gonna whoop your ass. You just give me let me buy your car Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You know? And if you don't do that, alright, let me borrow 6 days a week.
Right.
And you don't want to do that, then I'm just gonna take the car, man.
That's it. If you ain't down with his cause and understand that no matter what, I'm over you. You know what I'm saying? I'm on top of you, and you give me what I want, and you know maybe I'll give you a little something, possibly.
Maybe if I feel like it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this dude is all about, man. This devil, should I say?
Like Debo.
That's it. It's my bike, punk.
My old punk.
That's it. This is my world, punk.
Yeah.
This is my world, punk. You know? Get back in that Isaiah. Or do you have some more of that, bro?
Obadiah. Obadiah.
Obadiah.
Watchman team shall fall. Because they set this whole stuff, but when I was going through some more of this, came over, like we already stated, man, because Scripture already said, man, you think the picture falling, so they ain't got to really read through this shit to figure it out. This is just Psalm 64 and 8.
What verse you want? I know what I mean.
Verse 8.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh, you got it.
Hit the Psalm 64 and 8 real quick.
Okay, this is Psalm 64 and 8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
So even this is fulfilling prophecy, man, because their own tongue is falling on them, man. This guy would actually work and did this shit for these bankers, man. And he feel guilty about it for whatever fucking spirit.
It's the spirit, you know.
The spirit put it on him.
That's it.
All right, he's exposing it, man. And he's going in detail about it, man. He did a couple books over the years, man. And I was reading further down, he goes to the house, come over to the west. And it's heavy and prevalent because he talks about Puerto Rico back then. How they ended up giving up all the infrastructure. First, giving up all that shit, and how even Americans did the same thing where all these toll roads is privatized. The airports, all this shit is privatized now, man. The prisons, privatized. Because they did the same thing with the Western banks. They are owned by the World Bank. They indebted to the World Bank. So that shit trickles down to the people, to the countries. And now what's going on in Puerto Rico right now is bankrupt, which means America's next. It's the same thing. The wise women team.
Okay. This is Obadiah, verse 8. Shall not I in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and the mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed.
Right. They whole system they set up is finna be the reason they crumble, man. It's gonna be the reason these nations turn on you. You thought these motherfuckers wasn't gonna notice that this day, eventually, that this shit was a big ass scam, a scam of debt, a big ass robbery. How you gonna just make a system of debt and think you're gonna just continue to rob and not get caught?
Right.
And then you put it on your own people and you thought it was gonna keep going. It's gonna keep everybody in debt, keep the world in debt, keep your people in debt, and it's gonna just keep going. Eventually, it's gonna burst. And that's where we at right now. You get that back into thick clay and the label something thick clay.
Okay. This is Habakkuk 2, verse, I'll start at 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations.
As Obadiah said, man, if a thief came when he just take what he needed, man, Esau thought he could keep it going until he gathered everything in the world. Even to the point where they really got every fucking thing, man. You should be satisfied now, at least. But they still want to go and wage war with these last few fucking countries that don't have these damn Rothschild banks. These last few countries that's not giving all their oil over to them, man, on their terms. They finna fuck up their whole system because of that, man, because they own greed. The Lord cold, man.
Okay. And heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
How long, man? How long do you think you're going to be able to do it? You thought it's going to continue, right, to where you actually literally had every fucking country. And he said, but all of them shall make that proverb. So these heathens are about to wake up to your bullshit, Esau. They don't realize you scammed them. It's just going to click, because the spirit of understanding is given from the Lord. So it's just going to click like, damn, wait, this don't add up. Like, these numbers don't go together. Oh, shit. You know? It ain't going to turn on you, man.
That's right.
How long do you think this is going to happen? And for the record, they claim he was dead, if I didn't say that.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
a Hebrew word,
Yeah.
Habakkuk,
Yes, sir.
which means debt.
Can you grab the Daniels, the 10 toes, partially weak, partially
Yeah,
strong?
Daniel 2. It might be
Because
cool.
that goes to the whole beast system anyway. The Roman system, 10 horns, man.
Can I hit this article real fast? This is an anonymous news. No, because I was looking up here. It says anonews.com. But anyway, it says complete list of Rothschild-owned and controlled banks. It says here is a complete list of all Rothschild-owned and controlled banks. The U.S. entries might surprise you. Now it starts off in alphabetical order. Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, Argentina, Armenia, Aruba, Australia, Austria, Azerbaijan, Bahamas, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belarus, Belgium, Belize, Benin, Bermuda, Bhutan, Bolivia, Bosnia, Botswana, Brazil, Bulgaria, Burkina, Burundi, Cambodia, Cameroon.
And these are a lot of fucking poor countries. Hey, Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, I get it.
Damn, I was just holding that. Let us, with our voluptuousness.
Well, now they speak against oppression.
Oh, let us suppress.
Yeah. But that voluptuous, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna start right there for you.
That's yucky right there.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, right? This is Wisdom of Solomon 2. Hey, because we start off with this, they blessed it. So they want they blessing, they want every motherfucking drop.
Yep.
I don't blame them. Because in the kingdom,
You gonna get a lot.
we gonna get every, it's the kingdom, I don't want to say, we're gonna get every motherfucking drop though, man. And we're gonna put our foot up Esau's ass, we're gonna put our foot up Luke's ass, we're gonna put our fucking fist down Ishmael's throat, man.
We gonna go extra
all
flex
this,
just for the rest of you fucking heathens, man.
Right, man. Moab gonna wash all our motherfucking shit.
Okay.
Fucking wash pot.
That's right.
Hey, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present,
What does 3 say?
which is being extinguished, our body shall be,
4?
and our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man
5.
shall. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after
6. That's where you started at, right?
6.
Yeah.
our like the
So
red dot.
yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present.
Yep.
And let us speedily use the creatures like as in you.
And the creatures is all creation, man. Let them use the earth speedily. That's why the earth is mourning, man. Let them use the actual animals, man. That's why the animals dying off crazily. Let us use the people. That's why the people mourning, man. The trees, hey, all creation, man.
Just run through it all, man. Hey, they hunted different animals, so specific animals depending on what fucking year and what region. That they hunted them so much they had to put bans on hunting them. And Esau, being as the devil as he is, he was still sneaking hunting. It got more expensive if you hunted them.
Mm-hmm.
It became better when they banned it because they got so extinct. Now Esau thinks it's better to kill the shit that's already loose.
Endangered species
Right.
list. What the fuck is there an endangered species list for, man?
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, whatever resource we want that shit, man.
Yep.
Give it to us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds. We discovered the fucking knee joint. I call it oil knee joint juice, man, because that's what lubricates the earth. We want that. We want it all. The fuck? Now the earth is ready to fucking break itself off. Now it's brittle. Because you took away the lubrication. Take every fucking flower in spring. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place.
In every place, man. They literally mean that, man. Earth is given into the hands of the wicked wherever they go, man.
For this is our portion, and our lot is this. And hey, Ecclesiastes will tell you in the Ecclesiastes in the Bible, man. Hey, let me get to it real quick. I can flip to it fast enough. Right. This is Ecclesiastes fall some of the countries like this.
Right, man. So I'm gonna continue going. So I had mentioned Cambodia, Cameroon, Canada, Cayman Islands, Central African Republic, Chad, Chile. I don't even know where the fuck Chad is. Chile, China, Colombia, Comoros, Congo, Costa Rica, Cate d'Ivoire, says West African, Croatia, Cuba, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Dominican Republic, East Caribbean area, Ecuador, Egypt, El Salvador, Equatorial Ghana, Estonia, Ethiopia, European Union, Fiji, Finland, France, Gabon, the Gambia, Georgia, Germany, Ghana, Greece, Guatemala, Guinea-Bissau, Guyana, Haiti, Honduras, Hong Kong.
And look, these are all poor fucking countries. Alright? I found what I was looking for. This is Ecclesiastes 2 and 24. There was nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and he should make his soul enjoy good his labor. This also I saw that is from the hand of the Most High. Alright, so they was right, man. This they lost. They better enjoy it. It says in Lamentations 4. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, man. Oh, rejoice and be glad, O Edom. Alright? This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 12. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life, and also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor, it is the gift of the Most High. I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it, and the Most High doeth it, that men should fear before him. So this they lot, this they portion, this they blessing. So that's what they got to do, man. And they playing their part. This is back in Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. And that's how they feel, man. All right, about all you heathens, man.
Right.
For that matter, feeble. So they don't care about fucking you over and taking your resources, bombing you, killing you. For they fucking gain, for their good. And that's the proof. And this guy, in the article I got, it gives the numbers to the amount of debt and payments these poor ass countries made.
I see the number on there, it was like 500 trillion, man.
I'm scrolling down to it. Right, it says over the past 3 decades, 60 of the world's poorest countries have paid $550 billion in principal. So $550 billion in principal, and an interest on loans of $540 billion. Yet they still owe a whopping $523 billion on those same loans. The cost of servicing that debt is more than these countries spend on health or education, and it's 20 times the. So look, these people can't even fucking teach their kids to become wise, man. They busy paying IMF off. They can't even get good health care in these countries. They're busy paying IMF off. Because they don't care about the feeble, man. They don't give a fuck. You pay them. Otherwise they'll bomb your ass.
And that's like even now too though. It's like when you got you try to tell these electric companies or these gas companies you can't pay them because of the bill. They don't give a shit, man. They don't shut your shit off with your kids in the house. You know what I'm saying? They give no hell, man.
Hey, look what it says next. Damn. On health or education, it's 20 times the amount they receive annually in foreign aid. In addition, World Bank projects have brought untold sufferings to some of the planet's poorest people. In the past 10 years, they speak lawfully against oppression. And somebody heard that in Psalms? In the past 10 years alone, such projects have forced an estimated 3.4 million people out of their homes. The governments of these countries have beaten, tortured, and killed opponents of World Bank projects.
What more proof do y'all need? And what you only on the
I'm
H?
only on H.
Yeah, you only on the H.
Y'all call them out. Call Smoke out.
Okay, I already mentioned Hong Kong. Mentioned it again. Hong Kong, Hungary, Iceland, India, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Jordan, Pakistan, Kenya, Korea, Kuwait, Kyrgyzstan, Latvia, Lebanon, Lesotho, Libya, Uruguay, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Macau, Macedonia, Madagascar, Malawi, Malaysia, Mali, Malta, Mauritius, Mexico, Moldova, Mongolia, Montenegro, Morocco, Mozambique, Nambia, Nepal, Netherlands, New Zealand, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Norway, Oman, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, Peru, Philippines, Poland, Portugal, Qatar, Romania, Rwanda, San Marino, Samoa, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Serbia, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Slovakia, Slovenia, Solomon Islands, South Africa, Spain, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Suriname, Swaziland, Sweden, Switzerland, Tajikistan, Tanzania, Thailand, Togo, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, Tunisia, Turkey, Uganda, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates. Yep, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, which is the Bank of England, United States, the Federal Reserve and the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, Vanuatu, Venezuela, Vietnam, Yemen, Zambia, and Zimbabwe.
Man, all A to Z.
A to Z.
You got the 10 toes?
Good.
Alright, it says Perk. Now, what we was reading about was his old book. This one he wrote the old one. And that he wrote a new one looking at 2004 to 2015. And this next line says, Perkins shows that despite his revelations, so telling the people, the situation is worse than ever and has spread into the West itself. Now, listen to some of these names going to be called out. The populations of Ireland, Greece, Portugal, Spain, Italy, and the United States itself are now being looted by hitman activity. Can you look at 10 toes? Partly strong, partly weak. Greece, Spain, and these are places. Hey, look, years ago, see this the man of apostles, the man of the Lord. Because when that shit started happening in Greece, they said it's gonna trickle and come around, man. And that shit spread through Europe, through certain places. All right, that's why Britain got the Brexit. They don't want. A lot of these countries want to leave the EU because these other countries are too weak, and they're lowering their fucking value, man. They don't want to have to support those countries. That's why the Brexit is happening. That's why Le Pen
Brexit.
wanted the Brexit, even though that bitch lost. Cause you can't show your ass, bitch.
They wanted the exit. The Netherlands wanted the exit.
Because these other places are too weak. Is that?
This is Daniel 2 and 31.
You started 40, bro.
40?
Yes, sir.
You said you was at where?
31.
No, you're gonna start at 40.
Okay, can
Alright, this is Daniel 2 and 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be
And the
strong.
statues are simple, man. It goes in order from where we was at, man. Assyria, Babylon, Media, Persia, Greece, Rome, America. There was nothing else in between that. You can just look through history, start from now, go back.
Yes,
That's
sir.
simple. So we at the toes right now. Go ahead.
This is Daniel 2 and 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdued all things.
Stop, read over.
This is at verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, For as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Hey, and that's that seventh head that we read about in Revelation 13. You know, that's the Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire. Let me call it that, man. When the Edomites ruled, that's before that deadly wound, man. Go ahead.
Right, what it say in Revelation, the kingdom that was, that's to come,
Mm-hmm.
and yet is.
Yep.
So that was wrong. It was, and it's to come, which is, it was going to come back, and it already was there, man. It was there, got a deadly wound, came back as America. Same system. EU still ruling, that same Spain,
Yep.
Greece, France, the Gauls,
Yep.
all that's back, man. Brits. Germania Major, Germania Minor. That's all the same thing. That's the EU, the original of the EU. But now some of them toes, some of them is weak, man. Some of them still doing decent, you know. But that's the prophecies, man. So this is Esau, Edom. This is the devil, man. That's who this is. The last 10 toes is the last of the rulers of the kingdoms. 2 Ezra 6 tells you Esau is the end of the world. Malachi makes it clear that Esau is the wicked, which is the Roman Empire, which is the devil, that old serpent, the dragon, the son of perdition, that deceived all you nations with this fight fiat. Go ahead. Thick clay, dead.
Verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Right, and that's that deadly wound being healed, man. Like the brother mentioned. Hey, that's because it said it mixed with the iron. It's the same system all over again. But like he mentioned, hey, some of them weak now, man. That's that clay. Heavy debt, man.
Verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
There you go. So the population of Ireland, Greece, Portugal, Spain, Italy, and the United States itself are now being looted by hitman activity. Shit. I ain't gonna read on this on the scroll, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got something?
So I'm gonna hit some more on this Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2 and 7. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
There you go, man. And they are saying we are strong, man. Kim Jong-un say, no, don't shoot no more motherfucking missiles. Kim Jong-un next day, I'm shooting 10 more missiles, bitch. All right, the Philippines, Duterte. Hey, look, I ain't fucking with you Americans no more. 2 days later, Russian sub come. It's official. All right.
Yeah.
Syria doing what the fuck they want to do. Look, the Lord, and as the brother said, in defeat Russia being that guard. You about to kill yourself, Esau.
Mm-hmm. And if I may read the last verse on this Daniel 2, because it adds up together. You know, Daniel 2 verse 43. It says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, which let you know that it's men that's ruling this, right? But it says, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with the clay. And that's the turmoil that you see if they divide, you know.
Back in Habakkuk 2 and 8, it says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Mm-hmm. Woe to him that cometh an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. It says, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it.
Right, and that's your destruction, man. For all that you put upon this earth, man. For all that you put upon this earth, man.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city with iniquity. Behold, it is not of the Lord of is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, and as the waters cover the sea.
Right, man. So this knowledge is as the waters that cover the sea, man. In 2 Thessalonians, what? And so that man of sin may be revealed. That's a part of the Lord's knowledge. So therefore, we ought to proclaim it, man.
Mm-hmm. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look upon their nakedness.
And guess what that goes to, man? Offenses must come, but woe unto him that caused the offense, man. The accuser of our brethren is shut down. Here it is. This devil put all these things so you can go off, man.
Mm-hmm.
So he giving you that wine, man, so he can look at your nakedness, man. So he can see and look and be like, hey, see?
Right. And part of that drink is what the brother was bringing out.
Right. Because that's the whole setup. You get on board with them, or if you don't get on board, they bully you. They force you to take that drink. And then what? Now that you're on board with this debt, you completely at their mercy, man. You completely exposed.
Yep. It said, verse 16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskins be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. For the violence of the Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. All right, and that's basically the point in that.
And all this must needs get exposed, man.
That's it.
You want to get back to the Isaiah? You?
Kind. I mean, yeah, we can either finish it up or keep going.
Yeah, no, I ain't got nothing.
Well, you can get that revelation of the chip, because this all leads to the chip.
Kind.
Because get that Proverbs
You
one
just
more
want to
time.
get that?
No,
Let's see. All right, we'll keep. Yeah, go ahead with that, and then we can get those.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee.
right. They think they got away with it, man. And they really think this plan is fucking foolproof. But it's thick debt. Like, only so long as somebody gonna keep paying on their debts and realize, well, this is a scam. Or they hire somebody to look at their books and put the numbers together and crunch it. Fuck, it's a word for it. They got a type of accountant that comes and they look through your books to make sure and see how legit it is, man.
Order.
No,
There's an order.
no, that's easy to come check it. I can't think what it is. It's like a physics or some shit. But they come and check and they realize now this is bullshit, man. So now they you don't think they can look and see it now and realize that no, you robbing us.
Mm-hmm. See, but they thought they was getting away with something. You know what I'm saying? It said, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it perverted thee. You know what I'm saying? It led you astray. You know? You were proud of it, you thought you were doing something. Alright? But now you're being exposed. Go ahead, Doc.
And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come up on thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail.
So they got one more move, man. They gathered the world with money and fiat. They got one more move, man. That's that RFID chip. That's that RFID chip. They one last grasp at holding the world together, man.
Verse 13. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up, and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
And you can't do it, man. And this is not, look, this is all the Lord's plan. The Lord set you up to take down the nations, ultimately to take us down, all right? To get the nations under this system with you, man. To drink that cup of wine. All right, that's the Lord is going to bring you down. Brought this country in great debt, all right? And it's turning these heathens against you, man.
That's right.
And this is before they even discovered that you fucking robbed them blind, man. They already ready to turn against you because they got news themselves too. So why they gonna fear you? Why not just being fucking powerful for themselves? But when they realize how deceived they've been, they really gonna want to shoot the missiles at you, man. And that's around the corner.
That's right.
Verse 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
Thermonuclear destruction, man.
There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored. Even thou merchants from thy youth, they shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save.
Right, these heathens gonna do their own thing, man.
That's right.
And it's already started. They forsaken this place. Alright? They said they would have healed Babylon, but they didn't, man. They done supporting you and your fucking bad habits, man. And they really gonna be done when they get wind of the fucking trickery of the system. The trap, the pit of the system.
Okay. We'll take Revelation 13.
Can you read that Proverbs one more time?
What's that Proverbs?
I don't know what's that. The lender subject.
Oh, 21. No, I have
Hey man, so hey, shit man.
Why you getting that? Go ahead, son.
Nah, as I was gonna say, man, all these scriptures, man, I thought was brought out, man. Shit, like, hey, man, this devil gotta be exposed, man. Here it is, all this madness, all this wickedness is done behind the scenes, and he actually says, the scriptures say, he said, "Who seeth me, man?" So we gotta expose this devil, man. As vessels of, we supposed to be carrying the light. The light manifests the darkness, man. The light exposes all this darkness, man. You know? Like the scripture says, have no fellowship with darkness, but rather reprove it, man.
Hold on, let me read this. A major change is that this EHM system today is also at work in the United States and other economically developed countries. It is everywhere. And we already gave an example on the low level of it, even when you get a damn ticket. That's the same system, man. And there are many more variations on each of these tools. There are hundreds of thousands more EHMs spread around the world. They have created a truly global empire. They are working in the open as well as in the shadows. They say, "Who seeth me?" Like the brother Mutai said. This system has become so widely and deeply entrenched that it is the normal way of doing business. And therefore, it is not alarming to most people. Because it's the same system on a low level of just the credit system, man. Even you have a collection agency calling you about, say you get a credit card, it's a collection agency calling about the credit card because the company sold that debt off to them. And then you still pay the damn credit card off. People have been so badly plundered by jobs, offshoring, and indebtedness that consumer demand cannot support profits. Consequently, capitalism has turned to exploiting the West itself. Faced with rising resistance, the EHM system has armed itself with the Patriot debt. All right, the militarization of police forces, a vast array of new surveillance technologies, like the ones we see on the expressway, all the damn cameras. the infiltration and sabotage of the Occupy movement, and the dramatic expansion of privatized prisons. They got to get that money somehow. The democratic process has been subverted. Man, it goes to a bunch of other shit that we know about. Then it goes to everything being privatized again. I do want to read this section. The airport has been privatized and the main highways have been privatized in a 40-year lease owned by a consortium formed by Goldman Sachs Infrastructure Investment Fund. Puerto Ricans now pay private corporations for the use of infrastructure that tax dollars built. So the government bought the shit, but private companies going to get the money for it. So they make it so you can't even pay that debt back. And what happens when you can't pay the debt back? You go bankrupt. And what's the state of Puerto Rico right now? They just talking about from 2015. Recently, Puerto Rico's sales tax was raised 64% to 11.5%. It's like 6.4% to 11.5%. A sales tax increase is equivalent to a rise in inflation and results in a decline in real incomes. All right, so the same, just as we watch in Puerto Rico, that's coming to America shortly. For one, Puerto Rico is a part of America, but that's coming to the mainland shortly. All right, the wisdom of Esau has that it's deceived them, man. The Lord's taking that wisdom from T-Man. This whole system is now, they fall into their own trap. So what's left? Fucking, because the people gonna get pissed. The only thing left is martial law, austerity measures, and then a chip. That last hope at some fucking control, man. Go ahead, Big Doc.
The Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
There you go. You go ahead.
Okay. This is Revelations 13.
Can you start at 11 again and just run it down?
Okay.
Because it's all going,
Absolutely. It says, and I beheld, Revelations 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Which we explained that earlier.
And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Hey, and that's the Treaty of Rome, man. That's this Roman system all over again, man. The same as today, we got Republic at the Senate with Republicans and Democrats. During the Roman Empire, they had the Senate as well, but they had the patricians and the plebeians.
Yeah, patricians and plebeians. Yep. Quick precept, what you just said. This is Revelation 17:10. It says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and one is. It was Rome, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th.
Yep.
And goeth into perdition.
Yep. Which that 7th being Great Britain and 8th being America, because America came out of Great Britain, man.
Right. Yep. And like it says, and that 8th is of the 7th.
That's right.
All right. So going back in Revelations 13:12, and exercising all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Yep, and that's that Roman system all over again, man, being revived, man.
How was it healed? Through America. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
And what's that? He dropped his bombs, man. Was scared the whole world.
Yeah. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast. And that's that system, which is going to end with the brothers about the chip. This the pit. This that system. All right. So this is the whole, basically the end all be all that they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? It says, so back in Revelations, you know what? I'll just start at 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which we just said was the system, all right, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, and that started with what, man? The leaders of these different countries. If they didn't get down with the program, guess what? They was whacked, man. What happened to Gaddafi? What happened to Saddam? You know, and so forth and so on, man. They whacked JFK because his ass wasn't with the shits. Whacked leaking ass, man. Hey, if you ain't with it, you're going to get whacked. And eventually, man, it's coming wide scale. If you ain't down with this way of life, with this system, hey, you're going to be put to death, man.
Why do you think they started setting up all this extra security in the States? That time is coming.
That's right. Verse 16, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
God. And that mark is charisma, which is something implanted in you. But what was the greatest tool used to deceive the people? What did he use to gather the people, man, besides his force? Everybody agreed and got on board with this debt, with this money. So clearly that mark, that big part of that image, man, all right, it's talking about something with currency.
Yep.
You can't, I mean, it's plain, it says you can't buy and sell that, man. What the fuck else is it talking about, man? All right, it's really plain. And that's 666, man. Your barcode, your universal product code. The two in the front, two in the middle, the two long lines in the front, the two longer lines in the middle, and the two longer lines at the end. 666. All that's what those 6 bars represent, man.
Yep.
And it's a number of the man. George Joseph Laurer, the creator of the UPC code that's used, all right, he said it, man. He said, yeah, it's 6 in the front, 6 in the middle, 6 in the beginning. It's a coincidence. Just like my name. It's my first, middle, and last name. 6 in the first, 6 for the first name, 6 for the middle, and 6 letters for the last, man. It's a number of men. He said out his own mouth. He don't even know what he said. It's through the Spirit.
I think it's that technology, that UPC is used within that chip, man. Because UPC is on everything you buy. It's on everything. When you go to the store and that's the barcode, man. It pops up, say you buying milk. Oh, this milk was manufactured on this date at this time, exposed on this date at this time, man. It entered into the store at this time. You know, it's been on the shelf for this long, man. All that is on the UPC of the item, and that technology is within the chip, man. So it's gonna have your social on there. It's gonna have your date of birth. It's gonna have all your sicknesses and diseases. It's gonna have that's gonna be your driver's license.
Yep.
That's your address, so forth and so on, man. Your medical records, your bank statements.
Because you're just a product. You're a servant to the lender.
That's right. You an item that's sitting on the shelf, man. And he can't make money off you unless you got that barcode on you, man.
Which goes back to Genesis. We gotta get it. When Joseph, when they came and they sold themselves, they gave their lands first, and they gave their animals
When money
first,
fell
their
in
hands. Yep. It's the same system. That's how Egypt got great. Before that, Egypt was split up into 12, I think it was 12 nomes. You know, basically 12 different countries, man. 12 different districts. But the power got to Pharaoh through this procedure with Joseph, when he owned these people. So therefore he owned their lands and everything else in it. It's like,
Oh, no, that's what I was getting at. This is Proverbs 22 and 22. It says, rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. That's what America does, man. You don't go to nations who are equal to his strength. All right, where do you go? You go to the poor, man. All right, and that's like robbing, like beating up somebody because you beat them up don't make you tough, man. You know.
What was the point you wanted?
Start when the money first, when they first came to Joseph. When the famine was there, they came to Joseph. What chapter?
47.
Genesis
Like
47.
And there was no bread in the land, and the famine was very sore.
Yeah.
Okay. Cut out the water. This is Genesis 47 and 13. And there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by the reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought. And Joseph bought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. And Joseph said, Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle. Salakia. And Joseph said, Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle.
Right. So first they came, gave money, got food, but because of the famine and they didn't have no more money, what they come with this time? Gave their resources. So because they couldn't pay the debt, just like now, man. What is this? This is modern Egypt.
That's right.
Alright, so what did they do? Alright, get on with the U.S. banks. Oh, you can't pay it back? Go ahead and deal with this, and then you pay us back. Now the money fell. Well, you know what? Just give us your resources. Give us this, give us that. Go ahead.
It says, if money failed, and they bought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle of the herds, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year, and said unto him, We will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent. My Lord also hath our herds and cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our lands.
Right. Since they're servant to the lender, all right, since they're borrowers and poor, they're going to have to come to Esau for everything, man. They got used to a certain lifestyle and all this. They're going to have to come to Esau for everything. So they're going to say, all we got is our body and our lands. They're going to be willing to give themselves over to this shit. And to show that the money failed, hey, digital currency, what's that? Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is like fucking 980 fucking US dollars. Let me see the update on that, because it goes up all for the time.
Yep, and that's what the people gonna be willing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
One Bitcoin is $1,729.33.
That's how you know it's bullshit, though.
I mean, it's all about the investors. People investing heavily. Because if you invest in Bitcoin, that means you expect digital currency to boom. Which means they're funding their own destruction. They're funding the market of beast.
I got a script on what happened.
Their wisdom is failing.
I got the first up. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels, and of the presence of the Lamb.
So if you're not trusting in the Lord and you willing to give up your body, then that's your ass, Mr. Postman. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be destroyed.
Who's the more that y'all? Hey, Sirach 42:24, man, all things are double. Hey, Esau looked, they got hold of our books, and they used it and used it to the left-hand side. They saw how they saw how Egypt became great. And they used that same plan, man. Got y'all on the currency and pulling it away where y'all depend on them, so now you're going to sell your body and land over to them. Go ahead.
God, back in Genesis 47 and 19. It says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate.
Hey, and you should not be able to buy or sell without that mark, man. So they gonna take it. They already in debt, they already poor, and it's gonna seem like the way out. The Esau made beating them down poor with the shit they got, with this system they set them up on, and that's gonna seem like the way out. But it's not, man. If the brother just read, what's your end, man? Fire, death, destruction.
That's right.
So don't take that chip. Go ahead.
Can you read down 25? Come. Verse 20, it says, and Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them. So the land became Pharaoh's. And as for the people, he removed them to cities from one end of the borders of Egypt even to the other end thereof. Only the land of the priests bought he not, for the priests had a portion assigned them of Pharaoh.
Oh, and side note, there's records that was unearthed in Egypt of later dynasties. These priests is going back to this record, saying that our lands still belong unto us based off this, man. Which give credence to the Bible that this is true. Side note, but go ahead.
Come. And did eat their portion which Pharaoh gave them, wherefore they sold not their lands. Then Joseph said unto the people, behold, I have bought you this day and your land for Pharaoh. Lo, here is seed for you, and ye shall sow the land. And it shall come to pass in the increase, that ye shall give the fifth part unto Pharaoh, and 4 parts shall be your own, for seed of the field, and for your food, and for them of your households, and food, and for food for your little ones. And they said, thou hast saved our lives. Let us find grace in thy sight, of my Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servants.
Which goes back to the law about that all being born in your ear.
This is Exodus 21 and 5. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, karagma,
incision,
right.
inserted.
And he shall serve him forever. Who grabbed that Sarah?
Yep. And he shall serve him forever. So it just said, we are Pharaoh's servant, man. So when you take that chip, you saying that you want to be Pharaoh's servant. Who is the modern day Pharaoh? According to Romans 9, Esau, Edom, man. That's right. So you take that chip, you saying that you are servant to Esau forever, that you don't want to leave his house, man. And that means you join unto him. The scripture says, no hand join a hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, man.
And you got to trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's right.
Don't worry about it. Hey, we willing to die because of what the scriptures say. Because that's our faith, man.
In Sirach 42 and 24, all things are double, one against another. He had made nothing imperfect.
Right, so hey, there's a left-hand side, right side, everything. Esau saw this, took it, used it on the left-hand side, man. Used it for witchcraft. Oh, we can gather the world like this. This is how they gained Egypt back then. This is how Pharaoh got so great. Let's do the same thing. What is this place called? Spiritual Egypt. Put y'all in a system, used to oppress you, but going to come with seemingly a solution that's going to be good for you. That's going to help keep you going. It's going to feed you. All right, get you through the famine, which is why the GMO seeds is fucking out there, man. All right? Because it can grow. They tamper and make it so it can grow in the winter. You can grow tomatoes in the winter. It can grow in this condition, grow in this temperature, grow in odd places that it shouldn't be able to grow in. They really think they finna pull this move, man. But that's why the Lord said He's gonna. When they think that He feel their belly, man, He's gonna blow their ass up. That was a rough paraphrase.
Right. Because I was thinking of that earlier. And that's why they also making the food non-perishable.
Exactly.
That's why the apple don't rot. And that's why the rest of this shit, man. I'm bugged out of that apple, bro. Yes, bro. That shit bugged me out that thing. But, and, you know, that's why they're creating this shit, man. Y'all, you grabbing that joke? You want to end on the joke?
We were talking about it for a long time. Lord, when you want to end it?
Oh, yeah.
Read the scriptures. As long as the Lord feed us, we're going to feed the people.
Yeah.
I got a precept back over what the brother Yak said earlier about you got to trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 74. It says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh your God, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith Yahweh, power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man travel there through. It is left undressed and is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith." The point was in verse 74 when they say, hey man, they say, trust in Yahweh, man, He guides you through this all. Because pursuing back to Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of thy time. So, hey man, all you gotta do is take heed and stay diligent in this thing, man. And keep your trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Hey, if you're a part of that number, man, hey, the Lord not gonna forsake you.
Yes, sir. This is Isaiah 36:6. It says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt." Because the brother, what he just read here, hey, you trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You know, that's where our trust lies. Scripture says what, man? We will not trust in horses or chariots, but we will trust in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It says, Isaiah 33:6, it says, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt." All those, what we just read, man. All you who join to Esau, Edom, all you who's connected to his system, man. You know, it says, "Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him." So when you put, so when you put your trust in this devil, man. When you put your trust in Esau, when you put your trust in Egypt, you're going to lean upon that staff and pierce your hand, man. You're going to take that chip, man.
Because, and I must say it, man, I was moving when brother first broke it down. That reed, man, canuta, which what they call the same instrument they use to implant that chip in. And canuta means reed. You know, it's a small reed. So if you trust in Pharaoh, trust in Egypt, as those men did in Genesis 47, all right, guess what? You're going to take that chip because you like this system, man. You like the so-called freedoms you get here. You like the so-called liberties you have here, man. You're going to take that chip, man. You don't have a problem with being a servant to Esau in this bullshit. You're going to gladly say, let him be your master forever, man.
And basically those so-called freedoms, like the brother was saying, it caters to your fleshly desires, man. You know?
Pull out quick precept real quick. This Sirach chapter 12 verse 10. It says, "Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." And that's the whole deal, man. Esau, Edom, at the end of the day, is our enemy, man. We just went through the scripture, man. Hey, it first starts off with revealing who he is, man. Revealing him, man. Putting him, showing his nakedness, man. Putting it out there so it can be known who Esau, Edom is. is the people that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has an indignation forever against, man. This is our natural born enemy from the beginning, man. So why go down into Egypt and put your trust in him, man? What profit is your enemy going to give you, man?
That's right. I mean, all the scriptures just came out, man. You know, so hey, we have to warn you. You know, we have to warn you about Esau, Edom. This is part of it. All right. Now, if we weren't to talk about Esau, then all these scriptures can't come out. You know. And I'm reading it, and like the scripture say, you water yourself. I'm edified. So how is that not edifying? All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the scripture the brother was quoting. This is Job 20 and 19. It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away an house which he builded not.
Which goes to everything we've been talking about, man. Took advantage of the poor, got these nations, tricked them into getting on this shit with them. This fiat system. All right, definitely oppressed us, man. The real poor, us, Israel. All right, and violently taking whoever was against them, man. Violently took us. Violently took down Gad. Violently took down all the Americans, man. And I say Americans, I mean natives of the South, Central, and North Americas.
Yep. Verse 20. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
And that word wicked is wretched, man.
Yep.
The poor, man.
Yep.
Yep.
It's the Hebrew word aimal, which basically is just the sufferer. And who's suffering?
God. And it's talking about us ultimately, but even the heathens, man, they all finna turn on you, man. Because once you think you got it, yes, I got my plan, we chipping these motherfuckers, we got the world. Nah, man, we're finna fuck you up. As you can see, it's finna cut it short.
Verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the most
say we whip them up with a handkerchief out. You know, you saw a creep. They still use a handkerchief. You gotta get that sound. See the damn shit? Rub them hands. You know, then I see a great darkness come out. Say, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. In fact, a great brightness, man, because he come with the brightness of his coming.
That's right. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
You're not going to complete your enterprise, man.
That's right. That's what you can look forward to, man.
It's starting now, you know. If you can't see World War III is prophesied, the Battle of Armageddon, all these uprisings, uproars, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man, a host ruler in the kingdom of men. This is all his will.
That's right.
Alright, and this shit is almost over with, man. Anything else?
Okay, with this, this goes back to the, basically this goes back to the whole topic of us exposing Esau. This is Luke 8 and 17. It says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So everything is going to come to the light. Who are the real Israelites? Everything's going to be made known.
Alright.
By who? By the prophets. So Nate is spewing out a bunch of bullshit, saying that we're not supposed to talk about Esau.
To hell with Nate, to hell with Esau. With that, all praises, honor,